Did it work? Oh, I think I'm streaming on YouTube again. Alright, this is my second time to date that I've streamed on YouTube. Still getting used to it. Not quite the same as Twitch. But, we have two interesting videos today. It's going to be a shorter one than it was the other day. I might make a YouTube video out of the second video. I don't know. See how it goes. But until then, I guess you'll just have to see. Go ahead and transition over. I don't get normally as many viewers as Twitch so far, but that's expected. So the first one, saw Michael's video today, quite nice. And I didn't know Bill Burr was so anti-feminist. So nice, proud of him.
No means no, that's another one. No means no. It's like, no it doesn't. All right? Look, no means no. No, that means no, all right? But no.
You can use this exact same argument against parents. Sometimes, mom will be like, if she says no, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. She's like, I guess probably not. And then I say, well, can I just go do that? He's like, I told you no. I told you no. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, just, it wasn't exactly clear. So you can kind of use the same exact argument on parents.
Stop it, what are you doing? Oh my God. You're being so bad. Stop it. No. Yeah, that's not a no.
It's not.
That means I want to do it, but I'm afraid you're going to judge me, so I'm just going to make it look like it was your idea so you don't figure out that I've already performed this act with 40 other people, right? But then you go to court and you get a bad read and there's some guy reading it. Your Honor, she said no. Stop it. What are you doing? You're being so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just sitting there like, she didn't say it like that. She didn't say it like that.
Yeah, that's obviously true. This is why the libs don't understand Baby It's Cold Outside. They think that Baby It's Cold Outside is a song
It's a good song.
about rape. They don't realize that
It's
it's a
not.
song about modesty and the norms that used to govern the relations between men and women. So she says, oh, I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
She says, okay, well, maybe I'll just hang out for a second. No, I've gotta go away.
Oh, come on, baby, it's pretty cold outside.
Oh, well, okay, maybe. I guess I'll sit around. And
That's how it works. The woman will lightly resist, but still lead you on a little bit, just because they like to be followed. That's how it works. At least that's how it used to work, and that's still how it works in most, if not a lot of situations. But, feminism kind of ruined that.
because we don't have modesty anymore, and because women are told that it's actually good to just sleep with the first guys that you see and, treat sex in exactly the same way men treat sex, the idea of modesty being something valuable is completely missing. Next one.
I remember we were having waffles. My mother always made Sunday breakfast, so we had all these waffles, eggs, bacon, this whole layout. My brother was looking at half-eaten cube steaks and a little mound of green bean casserole. And he looked at my mom, he goes, Mom, can I have a waffle? She goes, no, you got to finish your supper. He's like, well, after I finish my supper, then can I have a waffle? She goes, no, that is your breakfast. And he goes, oh, Mom, I hate you. And my dad, without looking up, took a full glass of milk and threw it in his face. We know what's hilarious was my mother just popped up and just immediately started cleaning up, and my dad just kept eating. Like, he didn't,
That's the right way to react, actually. A lot of parents will think, well, yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll get in their face and yell and scream, and I'll be super mad and make them scared to punish them or whatever. But that's not, sure, that'll make them scared as crap and punish them in the moment. But then that will teach them that it's okay to yell and scream. So, yeah, just splash some water and then just, yeah, what you get. Chill, calm. It's much more effective than screaming and going crazy.
like the roles were defined back then. Now the guy has to throw the milk, he has to clean it up, while telling his wife she's brave for just sitting there. Like whatever that is. Can you hear it? Oh, I know. Women are so overrated, right? We went from what?
Yeah.
We went
Modern women.
from not listening to them to now it's ridiculous. Like that believe women. It's like all of them. You know what I miss?
I mean, it's not their fault. It's just human nature to lie.
I miss tougher parenting and evidence. Those are the things that I miss from my childhood.
Evidence.
Evidence.
Yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty.
You mean
Due
people?
process.
Right.
Somebody says something happened, and then someone else goes, well, I said it happened this way, like the old Gumshoe shows. Then they had to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't exist now on social media. It's just
Right.
like it's just frontier justice.
Right.
You feel how nervous everybody just got in here? The fact that I just suggested that there should be due process?
My guess was that this was probably back then when the Me Too movement was just starting to crop up, or maybe a few years in, because now it started with Johnny Depp winning. Now it's starting to die down a little bit, not gonna lie, which is a very good thing. Due process, that's a very good thing.
This guy's talking crazy, man. Did he just join ISIS?
Yeah, I love it. And he doesn't back away from it at all. And he does that great thing where he's still doing a bit, so he's giving, even Conan, who's pretty liberal, and who's very good at being the straight man to his guests, but he gives Conan the out to participate, and he gives the audience the out to laugh. I'm talking 85%, 87%. He goes, yeah, man, you know what I miss, good old, defined roles. I miss dinner, and I miss evidence. Evidence was pretty good. And he won't back away from it. Norm was really the king of this, of just totally leaning in, no matter how much the
R.I.P.
audience turned, he would just keep leaning in. Chappelle does it to some degree, and Bill Burr does it. It's pretty great. Did you know our friends at Genucel have upgraded?
Oh, not my sponsor, Michael. Sorry, I gotta skip that. I don't know. Whatever that product is. I don't know. You could be if you want.
That is Genucel.com/KnowlesYT.
I'm sick of Obama's wife. Yeah. This isn't some Republican rant either. It's just kind of first ladies in general. I don't know what it is. All throughout my life, with each presidency, like these first ladies, they've just gotten more and more like chatty. More and more chiming in, like leaning into the frame, spitting out their ideas. Let me guess, is this considered sexist?
They would.
It is?
Yeah.
Why? Well, okay, you just nodded there, lady.
Although I don't really agree with that all that much. First ladies most certainly do have a role in the presidency. They're a feminine role model. So yeah, they're not completely out of it.
Let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you had a leak in your house, okay? You call a plumber up. He shows up, and he goes, yeah, I think the leak's coming from the upstairs bathroom. We need to shut it up, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden his wife walks in, who isn't a plumber. And then goes, hey, I'm actually thinking it's kind of hey. Wouldn't you be like, with all due respect, shut the up. I need a plumber in this moment, which leads you to Michelle Obama, right? Now she's sitting there holding up those hashtags. Remember that hashtag, bring back our girls? Remember that? It's like, it blew my mind. It's like, why are you showing me that? I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, what am I going to do to get those girls back? Why don't you look across the dinner table? It's like, you see that guy? That is the leader of the free world. Tell him to pick up a phone, call some Navy SEALs, and solve it. What am I going to do? Show up with a sharpened mic stand? Hey, Michelle said to bring him back.
The funniest part about that whole bit is that Bill Burr had to do the first part to give himself permission to do the second part. Because he opened up, he goes, I don't really like Obama's wife.
You can leave. You guys are retarded.
And that is the joke. And he could have gone straight into, you see that stupid thing, believe all girls, or not believe all girls, bring our girls home? Yeah, well, that was dumb and that was stupid. She should talk to her husband. But instead, he had to give himself permission by saying, look, I'm not just talking about her. I'm talking about all these first ladies. And I'm just saying I don't think the first lady has any role in American public life, which, of course, the first lady does have a role in public life. The first lady has a lot of important roles in diplomacy, in as a figurehead in the United States, none of which is necessary for Bill Burr's bit. So I totally go along with his bit. But the whole thing, you know, I need a plumber and I get the plumber's wife nosing in. Come on, get out of here. Get your opinion out of here. It's all just a way to generalize this to all first ladies in order that he can attack Michelle Obama in particular.
Yeah, because if he did just her, then it would, you know, racist. And then somehow, even though all first ladies are women, they would throw it sexist somehow. That would be funny if they did.
So I really like that part, but I almost wish he would just go straight. He's probably smarter. I mean, he's a very successful comedian with a huge mainstream following, but I wish we live at a time where he could just go out and say like, no, it's just her. She's just particularly grating. You know that lady who said she was never proud of her country until it elected her husband president? You know that lady? Yeah, she's actually worse than the other first ladies. And it's all right to say that. It's all right to admit it. Okay, next one.
What did you think of Hillary Clinton at the inauguration? I thought that was, for her to show up at that inauguration, it's the second time that...
And she started crying a little bit again. I don't know, man. I don't know. I get sick of people making excuses for her. She blew it. See that? Nobody thinks that. She blew it. Look, you lost to a guy who said 3 things a week
Some hesitant claps.
that would torpedo anybody else's campaign. How do you do that? That's like you're playing a football game, the other team throws 20 interceptions, and you still figure out how to blow it. At what point do you take responsibility? They try to say, they would be like, oh, it was a bunch of, I love the racist white guy thing. A bunch of racist white guys, they came out of the forest, and they were just going, Trump, Trump, Trump. It's like, where were all these racist white guys the last 2 elections when they could have voted against a black guy? They were fine. Oh, I don't mind the black guy, but this white lady, we got to stop her. It's going to take her 4-wheelers, Macuzzi.
Yeah, that's great. That's a little more direct than some of his other stuff.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
still
that's
kinda
pretty
getting into that.
direct.
He's like, look, I'm not talking about the election and who I prefer or whatever. I just think that she blew it. But he's being a little more direct here where he's just saying, look, the Democrat talking points are just so stupid. You know, he's really kind of making fun of them more directly, including on Conan's show, liberal host, liberal audience. That's pretty good stuff. I mean, he's very good. This is no knock on Bill Burr or Dave Chappelle or Louis C.K. or anybody, but I always thought of it as kind of like Norm than everybody else. But Bill Burr's probably my number 2 after Norm. All right, that's it. That's it. Great stuff. And we avoided talking about that issue that we can't, that no one can.
Oh yeah, they banned Michael for about a week because he talked about that issue, which reminds me, hey, I hope I can still do that. Although, you know, I'm so small, literally 6 subscribers, that it doesn't matter what I say, unless it's something absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, the next one. I don't know if I should do a YouTube intro for this. Should I do a YouTube intro for this? Maybe I should. Just in case I want to turn it into a YouTube video. I don't know if the content will be good enough, though. Ooh, let's see. What should I say? Politically incorrect commercials. They're great. Probably cut out that loading screen to gain retention. Oh yeah, I gotta skip this. All right, now I'll do the intro. Politically incorrect commercials. They're great.
This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around,
Okay, so the problem that they have here is quite obvious. You know, it's a guy that wants to do something that the vast majority of time only a guy can do, and they're claiming that it's hard for women to do. And it's a very stupid argument, obviously, because what would you want him to do? Just not do it? Just let him just say, no, you can just do it. Woman, just do it. Be my slave. Go change the stupid tire. Do it. I don't care about you. Is that what you want him to do? And then she has to do something that she probably doesn't want to do. Most women probably wouldn't want to get on the ground to have to do that. Doesn't make sense.
When there's no man around, Goodyear should be. Why? Watch this. New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare.
It's actually a good idea, if it works at least. I mean, if it worked, I assume they would have more of these, because that sounds great.
A tire in a tire. Keeps on going. Next time, give her a second chance.
That was pretty good. Ah,
The Kool-Aid kids in old Japan rode rickshaws everywhere. But
so immediately it's racist because there are Japanese people.
when the kids sat down to eat, they sure did miss their favorite treat. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes great. Wish we had some, can't wait. A story man who heard the kids then clapped his hands and said,
Hi, Kool-Aid keeps me very wise. Stand by, please, for big surprise.
See, you can never win. You can never win with them because, you know, once you do add the representation that they want, if it's not political and you just happen to have an Asian character in the commercial or whatever, they complain because it's a stereotype. And I don't know, maybe the director of the commercial is white, something crazy like that. But if you don't ever put any Asians in your commercial, then they complain about that because that's racist. You can never win. There's nothing you can do.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, so great. Once you tried it, no can wait. Honorable Kool-Aid, most refreshing, much loved by whole family. Father, mother, Japanese boy, Japanese girl. A package make 2 full quarts, cost only 20 yen, just 5 cents, with lots of ice. So nice.
the Kool-Aid kids are off again to visit other lands. Be sure to join them when they do.
Join them in some Kool-Aid too. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, so great. Once you tried it, no can wait.
Another thing, I watched this whole thing through. Another thing I'll say about these old commercials, a lot of them have like really good jingles. We don't really do jingles like we used to, but a lot of these are good. Catchy.
Tonight, right after Animal House, Eric Estrada and Howard Hessman meet the Dream Girls
Hi.
of every man's fantasy.
I'll just knock you dead.
Morgan Fairchild, Linda Carter, Kathy Lee Crosby, Victoria Principal, and much, much more. Beautiful. They're the sexiest super ladies on the scene. They're the women who rate a 10 later tonight.
Okay, so you're not allowed to say, you know, do the scale thing, whatever. Which, you know, it's fine. Some people are objectively more beautiful than others. That it's not your entire purpose in life. And if you're not traditionally considered to be beautiful, that's okay. It's not everything. There are other things in life. But it also doesn't mean that we can't acknowledge it when we see it. Politely.
This is the story of the little bull who wanted to sing, but sing in a special way. His ambition was to sing in the Bull of the Woods Quartet.
Rich and mild. No. You must sing deeper.
Rich and mild.
Okay, so my guess would be for that, this would be like an incredibly, maybe looking in a little too far. Oh, except there's no such thing as looking in too far for them. Like the dad cow was teaching the young boy to have a deeper voice. And so that would be more traditionally masculine. They don't like traditional masculinity. So that would be my guess so far.
See, Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco is rich. It's mild, too.
Well, and then it's chewing tobacco. And, you know, I don't exactly like, it's not a good idea. Don't chew tobacco. Don't smoke it. I mean, it's no better than all the other junk food, fast food that we eat today. You probably get off better just smoking a cigarette or two every day rather than stuffing your face full of donuts and sweets every day.
And your voice must express that.
Still, I don't recommend it.
Rich and mild. Deeper. Rich and mild. Fuller.
And so the little bull worked and sang and kept singing. His voice got richer and fuller and sweet as Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco until that great day when he got his wish. Bull of the woods, chewing tobacco. Bull of the woods, chewing tobacco. Bull of the woods,
It's a fact, sir.
long filler can't be beat. Rich and mild, chewing tobacco. Man, it's good chewing tobacco. Bull of the woods, chewing tobacco. Smooth and tasty chewing treat.
Man, why don't we have good jingles anymore? That was great.
He's the boss.
You run your mill with the same kind of skill that's been passed through your family to you. You're the kind of a man.
Okay, so it's been passed down through the family for years, so tradition, I don't like that, and guys working, which tends to be a bit more of a masculine thing. They don't like traditional masculinity, that would be the problem. Well, that one's very, very subtle, because pretty much everyone works.
Man likes to work with his hands. Beech nuts the tobacco you chew.
Or maybe the problem is just that it's chewing tobacco. I don't know, and honestly, that's a little more reasonable. I don't know if I don't think I would ban a chewing tobacco commercial, but it's most certainly not good for you. I mean, if you ban a chewing tobacco commercial, if you ban tobacco, then you also have to ban McDonald's commercials, Burger King commercials, pretty much all of fast food commercials, because if you have the same amount of cigarettes as you do fast food, it's pretty just as not good for you.
Beech nuts the tobacco you chew, and it's been that way, father and son, for a long time. Beech nuts smoother, moister, more delicious. Try it. Yeah, beech nuts the tobacco you chew.
Well, first of all, I have a problem with this one. Why is the woman mowing? You see your wife mowing, like, that's some tough physical labor. Help her. Don't let her mow. Come on.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney?
Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard.
Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them.
Okay, so this one, it's done in parody, so it's fine. It's not like they're promoting fathers, husbands not wanting to work and being lazy all the time. It's not like they're promoting that. It's played off for a joke. But yeah, the problem is intended to be they're lazy. They're sitting down, they're letting their wives work without them working. Which I don't exactly think that's a good idea. If your wife's working, if anyone's working in the house, you should probably help work along until it's done, and then you can all sit down together and eat. But it's played off as a joke, so it's fine. It's not promoted as a good thing.
Gee, we ought to do something, Fred.
Okay? How's about taking a nap?
I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
More tobacco.
Winston,
A lot of these are tobacco.
one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend.
Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter. Winston packs rich tobaccos specially selected and specially processed for good flavor in filter smoking.
Yeah, Barney, Winston tastes good, like,
Besides tobacco, there's nothing wrong with that because it's played off as a joke.
cigarette chug.
If it were promoting, that'd be a bit of a different story.
The Flintstones have been brought to you by Winston, America's best-selling, best-tasting.
I bought the fresh stick, just as you told me. You're absolutely right. It's neat and quick, and it goes on dry. It did make me feel cool and sweet, just as you said. I did everything you said, but my boss still hasn't asked me to lunch.
Unlike some deodorants, Fresh does.
So I guess that's the problem. Woman wants to please a man. That must be the problem, right?
Doesn't guarantee you'll get ahead in business. All Fresh does is keep you fresh.
When you think of it, that's quite a lot.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's your coffee again. The desk sergeant at the station makes better coffee than this.
Ed, really?
Sorry, honey. But your coffee tastes terrible.
Mr. McGregor.
Yeah, obviously they would have a problem with husband being honest about something, telling his wife what he thinks. Obviously they would have a problem with that. They would consider that mansplaining or whatever. But honestly, could have put it a little lighter because he, you know, as a wife, she is a woman, so I don't know. You could have put it a little more lightly. You might have hurt her feelings, hurt her emotions a little bit. Unless she is the more kind of rough and tumble kind of person, then it's just fine. But from this commercial, it doesn't appear that way. So could have put it a little lighter, could have put it a little easier. Other than that, you know, he's just being honest.
Gregor, please help me.
Carol, what's the matter?
My coffee. Ed says he gets better coffee at the police station.
Why not try new Instant Folgers?
Instant Folgers?
No, I said new Instant Folgers, Carol. Tastes good as fresh perked, because it's made from fresh perked coffee. Then they actually turn that fresh perked coffee into new Instant Folgers.
Tastes good as fresh perked because it is. Fresh perked. Mr. McGregor, I'll try it.
Hey, the Sarge never made coffee like this.
It's new Instant Folgers. Tastes good as fresh perked.
I like it better.
This is a good commercial.
Try new Instant Folgers. Tastes good as fresh perked because it is.
Now, what they would also say is it's emotional manipulation of the woman who want to buy this product because, you know, they're trying to make their husbands happy, whatever. But commercials are exaggerated. That's how commercials work. They exaggerate the truth of the product, the benefits, to get you to buy it. That's how it works. And also, it's less, I would say, for the husband, the reason that he likes it, it's less because it's better coffee, but it's because he had a criticism and his wife loves him enough to tweak things a little bit and change it, and he appreciates that. How nice, sweet, and wholesome. And they find some way to twist it.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning, sweetie birdie.
I'm out of coffee.
You're out of coffee. Isn't that wonderful? Out of coffee?
What a time to run out. And
Yeah, this one is pretty much just the same idea, but more exaggerated and played off for a joke. So it's even more mild. It's even this one I almost no, they still would have a problem with it, probably, but it's so no, never mind. They have a problem with everything.
why run out? Now there's a new giant-size Instant Maxwell House. A really big jar of coffee. New giant-size Instant Maxwell House gives you cups and cups and cups. Dozens of extra cups of the coffee with that warm bean flavor. Warm bean flavor because it's made from coffee beans still warm from roasting. That's why new Instant Maxwell House is the freshest tasting coffee yet. So to make sure you've always got plenty of coffee for the man in your house, get the new giant-size Instant Maxwell House. You won't have to run out again.
Another good commercial. Oh, and another thing that this reminds me of, I don't know the last time that I've turned on the TV and saw a commercial that just gave me the benefits of the product straight, without, like, trying to play with my emotions, make you feel a kind of a sort of way to make you remember, make you laugh, and then be like, oh yeah, that commercial made me happy, so I'm gonna go buy that coffee. No, it's just selling the product straight to you, which is quite refreshing. Wish we had that back, but obviously, it might not go back because they found something that works and they're gonna stick to it. This used to work back then, and now other stuff works now.
Your squad is ready for you to lead them through. With Johnny 7 OMA, you charge.
Audio for this one's weird. I'm getting audio on only one headphone.
Fire grenade. Bullseye for Johnny 7. Watch out, tank. Fire anti-armor shell.
So obviously, the problem's guns. Problem's always guns. Come on. But I will say if I were younger, that would be a pretty awesome toy. Nerf would never do anything crazy and awesome like that. I can only imagine what kids felt like carrying that toy around. Love that. I love to have that as a little kid.
Fire anti-tank rocket. Johnny Seven's got him on the run. Johnny Seven fires bullets like a rifle. Fires like a Tommy gun. Now it's a cap-firing pistol. You've won with Johnny Seven, the one-man army gun. It's 7 guns in one. Let's count them. 1 is a grenade launcher. 2 anti-armor gun. 3 anti-tank gun. 4 bullet-firing rifle. 5 Tommy gun. 6 anti-bunker gun. 7 cap-firing pistol.
Another thing that I could think of that they might have a problem with is someone might mistake it for a real gun and, you know, call the police or something crazy like that. You know, they see a child carrying a rifle, which, no. Look at it. That's clearly plastic. No gun is made that way. Clearly no. But yeah, that would be a serious problem. If these toy guns, sometimes there are BB guns out there that look pretty much identical to the untrained eye, real guns. So, you know, naturally, don't go out in the front yard playing with very, very realistic BB guns out in the front yard, kids. Because neighbors will see a bunch of kids carrying what looks like real pistols, real snipers, and can call somebody.
There's no other gun like it. To be sure, look for Johnny Seven, OMA, the one-man army by Topper.
I'm Caroline. Try me. I'll take you on a trip you'll never forget. I'll bring you your lunch. I'll hang up your coat for you and let you watch movies. I'll take your little old mind off flying. By the time I'm finished, you won't even know you've been on an airplane. 'Cause
Okay, so the problem is, woman does thing for man.
that's exactly what will have happened. 'Cause I work in Acme Car Wash as a hostess. So come on down to Acme, and while your car is being washed, let little old Caroline clean you out, too.
Well, and then that would have a problem with that, clearly.
You there? How about a hot wax?
I heard you want to be a frito bandito like me.
He's Mexican, that's why they have a problem.
You do? Then you must sing the bandito song. Let's sing together. You just follow the bouncing Fritos corn chips bag. Ay, 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 ay. I am the frito bandito. I like fritos.
Wait a minute. I've heard that quoted before. I didn't know that's where I came for. I don't know that's what that came from. Huh, it's nice. Maybe it came before this, and now this is just parodying it. That's a possibility as well.
Corn chips, I love them, I do. I want Fritos corn chips, I'll get them from you. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I am the frito bandito. Give me Fritos corn chips and I'll be your friend. The frito bandito, you must not offend. Now, boys and girls,
More great jingles. We need those back.
you are frito banditos too. You sing the frito bandito song and you loco for crunchy Fritos corn chips. That's nice. Munch, munch, munchy bunchy Fritos corn chips.
It's time for Friday!
Howdy! Grape,
Nah.
the name. Goofy Grape. The way they call.
So they're gonna say, and I don't know if this word is banned on YouTube, but I'm using it as a medical term. You can't ban me. They're gonna say that this grape is retarded, and they're gonna say that's offensive because they're making fun of them or whatever. But at some point, I get tired of making arguments against the points because it's just like, come on, man. Like, who up until 10, probably 5 years ago, ever saw this commercial and thought that?
Call me Goofy, I don't know. Yes, sir. I'm one of the new funny face drinks from Pillsbury.
Funny faces, fancy drinks.
And the reason they do that is because kids like silly things. So they like things that talk a little weird. But I do that a lot of the times whenever, I'm around kids. I was in a daycare for a long time. I didn't work there, but I was one of the older kids in the daycare. You make a funny voice, and they think it's hysterical. And so that's all it's doing here. nice, plain and innocent. But of course, I think that'd probably be the problem that they have.
One of the new funny face drinks. Here's what you do. You pour me into a pitcher, add water, don't add sugar. I'm already sweet when you buy me. You can drink all you want. Mom won't mind. 'Cause look, Mom, I'm pre-sweetened without sugar. And so are my friends. Injun Orange. Oh.
Another problem that they would have. American Indians.
Raspberry. Freckle-faced strawberry.
Hi.
Chinese cherry.
Chinese, of course. If you have an Asian in an ad in the 1950s or 40s, I don't know what this is. That's also bad.
And loudmouth lime. Hello, hello, hello. Look for us at your store. Funny face drinks from Pillsbury.
Funny faces, funny drinks.
We're sweet without sugar, so no sugar mess.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. Today, so I have exciting story to tell about beautiful new...
He's Asian. That's a problem. Wait a minute. Don't take that out of context. You know what I mean.
Ford Mustang car. And inside car, boy and mother and shopping bag. And inside bag, box of post-rice crinkles. And inside box of post-rice crinkles?
Also quite smart. Pretty expected, because they're probably going to have a problem with that, because the product is rice. And he's Asian. Rice is an Asian and Mexican stereotype. But it just makes sense. It's a huge part of their culture. And so you would probably want the spokesperson of rice to be the people or the race that normally cooks rice the best. Which would your two main options would be one of the Asian countries or Mexico. Those are the two that are normally famous for rice.
Wow, Mom! Boy, oh boy! There's a Mustang car inside the Rice Crinkles.
Oh, no, dear. The Rice Crinkles are inside our Mustang.
But there is a Mustang inside the Rice Crinkles.
Oh, there is a Mustang inside the Rice Crinkles.
A Mustang just like ours.
And so, sugary rice crinkles give happy ending to story. Boy, get Mustang? You do too, inside post-rice crinkles. Collect them all, convertible, hardtop, and fastback. Race with your friends. You go vroom vroom when you get Mustang car free inside post-rice crinkles.
Another good commercial for kids.
I can't type. I don't take dictation. I won't sharpen pencils. I can't file. My boss...
So the problem that they would have with this is sexualizing idiocy in being dumb, which has been done for a long time.
Calls me indispensable.
Miss Jones,
Just a minute.
will you make a copy of this?
Naturally.
So the marketing standpoint is that even if you aren't good with technology and stuff, you can still do it because it's easy to work with, not a huge learning curve. Which, good marketing standpoint, it's just they're putting it in a term that would be less PC, whatever.
I pushed the button on the Xerox 914. I make perfect copies of whatever my boss needs by just turning a knob and pushing a button. Anything he can see, I can copy in black and white on ordinary paper. And am I fast? I can make 7 copies in a minute. By the way, I never need wet chemicals. My 914 is a dry machine. Powder.
Good marketing standpoint, because a lot of times, I'm sure when this newer technology was coming around, people might have been quite intimidated because it seemed like a big learning curve. And now that they're displaying that it's clearly not a huge learning curve because they're displaying this woman is not the brightest, it's a good marketing standpoint. Next one. Oh, Marlboro. Whoop, didn't mean to full screen.
A working day out here stretches from sunup to sundown. But there's always...
Yeah, I've watched this one. I have no idea what it is. Anyways. Dad, are you viewing right now? I think I have one interfere. Anyways, that's all I have for today. YouTube, gonna have to study up because YouTube streaming is very different from Twitch. It's a lot of the different techniques that you use. Anyways, that'll be it for today. Bye bye. See ya tomorrow, I think.